Hi all, yes, so it's May 2022. Mark's shoes just arrived in the post. Thank you, Mark, for sending those. Look good. So yeah, AliExpress shoes, standard modification on these babies. Yeah, they look brand new, unused, etc. Obviously, press the button in the back. The lights come on here and here. It's a very sunny day actually, so you can't really tell, but nothing wrong with these. Once these are inside the proper bubble, they look decent. Those, really, they look absolutely dog shit, really, But obviously, for the price of the shoe, they're totally fine. But lob those in, and then you've got the next level of shoe. So that's great. But otherwise, yeah, perfectly nice looking shoes, which is cool. So we've got panels here from ELWireCraft.co.uk. I think they're about 33 or 34 pounds for all of them. And there's an offer as well that comes with some drivers as well. So these are the drivers as well. So you can get various different sizes of drivers. Yeah, it's all over the internet. You can get the small one to take the cell battery, one that takes a AAA battery. This one takes two AA batteries, and I find that this one here is the best one overall. Obviously, it's bulky, but it's 3 volts, and the batteries last ages compared to the CR2032 style batteries. The 1.5 batteries, one AAA battery. It just doesn't give the punch. So yes, it does work. Doesn't give the punch. Doesn't give the long lasting battery. These are good to wear. Tuck these into your sock basically in the top, or have them on display, etc. And if you want to swap them over for a small power unit or do something else, yeah, you can just just literally unclip them and put in whatever you want. So you can try both and see what you like. Maybe if you're going to be wearing it out and about, for an hour or an hour or so, yeah, then invest in the cell side. So the CR2032 sized one, makes it a little bit smaller. Just an idea, but I like those. Panels are left and right hand sided. Obviously, if your shoe is physically small, then there's less area here for them to fit in, but these will fit really nice in there. Cool. And the panels here, so these are also now left and right hand sided. On this shoe, these ones here, so you can't really cut them down much at all because of the design of the panel, you can't really do much with it. And obviously with the stitching here, which makes it look neat, it'd be better really, just as a general note in future for other people and manufacturers, if these were just glued together and had no stitching. Obviously that does look good, but putting these panels in is very, very tricky to make them look decent, because basically, as you can see here, the panel goes right underneath both stitch lines. So you've either got to have it down there a little bit to cut this stitch panel here, or in the middle and you cut both stitch panels. And obviously you can't restitch it. So I'll have a look at that and see what I'm going to do. In the past, I put a layer of super glue around the outside there to basically hold the stitch here. Then you slice through the top. But you have to do it so carefully. It is very tricky not to cut through and cock it up. And you just do the best. I'll do the best I can, as I always do. So that's the reason there. So yeah, middle obviously is best. If it's down below, yes, you do keep the thread line. But then it's not sort of totally central. It might stick at the bottom a little bit. I'm not sure. I need to look at that. There's not much capacity there ultimately on that to do things with to make it look legendary, but it will look decent. I'll also cut out some of my own swoosh ticks on the side to go on the side here as well. And we've got these bits here from AirMagKing in the UK on Instagram only. He sells the 3.1s shoes and the 4 shoes. I'm not affiliated with him in any manner, but he's a legend, and he sells parts and they're great. So this is the part here. Now unfortunately we can't put the whole panel on because they're different shapes. So these are more film spec, these aren't film spec, these are similar. These ones here are just too long. So if you put that on, it would come up to about here somewhere, and you have a massive glue mark there and glue mark down here. So it would just look a bit crap, really. At the end of the day, I'll send it over to Mark, see what he thinks. But ultimately, if I take that off there, you will have a glue mark here. So it's up to Mark. Normal procedure is to cut each letter off one by one, file the backs down on each letter, and then stick them on the back, and then unstick that. Take this shockingly bad panel out here, which look horrendous. Look at that. and put in this new panel here, which is much better. This isn't a direct fit into there, this is much smaller, so I have to file down each bit to get it to go in nicely and as best as I can, then glue it all shut, clamp it all down, leave it overnight, happy days. So yeah, it is a ball ache to do that, but that's just what it is. You know, it takes a while to cut each letter, and obviously it's difficult to cut each letter neatly and so forth. So I'll do the best job, as I always do. I'll do it as neat as I can. And then of course, putting the panels here into the shoes, you have to again heat it up with a hairdryer, not too hot, you know, otherwise it melts. It is very difficult. I mean, sometimes, you know, I've had them where you heat them and the guy didn't put much glue on, so they come off easier. This bit is normally fine to unglue. This can be a pain. You always get some form of damage across the top there, because of course you have to get your plastic spatulas in there and ease it up, and you're heating it and things are starting to sort of go soft and, you know, change shapes and all that sort of stuff. But so far I managed to do it all. Again, I'll do it as best as I can and get that panel in there. Basically fold this back round at the back, get it in, etc. And then you've got the wiring loom to install. So again, once that's all apart, I then sort of feed the wire in under the insole, make some room in there, cut a hole down the side, put the wiring up here, cut a hole around the back in order to be able to connect up the Nike, this Nike thing here, you know, and the connections just go around the back here. So yeah, it looks good. End of the day, these are significantly cheaper to do it this way than buying a set of 3.1 or 4s. Whilst the 3.1 or 4s, of course, are the best. You know, these are absolutely amazing for the price. And you can just wear them, you know, wear them or display them, whatever you want to do, and they're really good. So cool. I shall crack on with that during the evenings. Thanks all. Thanks for watching. Cheers, and thanks Mark for sending them over. Nice one.